On.
All right, welcome to the Grand Solar Minimum channel. Today is January 9th, 2018. We are on for a brief moment. This is an update, kind of an alert, but Mari had actually showed some concerns a few weeks ago, actually when the California fires were burning as bad as they were. And one of Mari's biggest fears, and she used to live out in that area, so you know, this is a little bit close to home for her. But her biggest fears when these fires were happening was mudslides and torrential rainpours during their rainy season, which was supposed to start heavily in November. And I was watching the Weather Channel earlier today, and they were showing how much rain had fallen since October. And it's not even an inch of rain. So today really unleashes the biggest rain of their season out there, but it's making headlines right now because of the mudslides. Also, there is a dam in Burbank that is also breached as well. Mari, would you mind transition that real quick?
I just found a picture. I'm digging out some pictures from the media right now, and here we have on Channel 4, NBC LA. As you can see, the dam breaks, allowing mud and debris to fall through Burbank. I used to live in Glendale, so this is very close to home for me. I don't know if they actually have live streams or not right now. I will pull up video as...
we can show them the radar real quick, too.
Oh, you want to see the radar?
Yeah, whenever.
So we can do the radar right
all
now
right.
For you, Jake.
Well, since we have the radar up, you can see all the moisture in California right now. I remember watching this last night. They were praising the weather gods for giving them a slight lull in the action last night. However, this storm now is here with the fury. And, you know, I watched the forecast last night. I don't remember seeing them, calling for this much rain in that region. I know San Francisco has broke a record of rainfall in one day. Some of these totals they were showing for California in the last couple days, they've already in certain areas have gotten their monthly rainfall. So with all the fires that we've had, the record-breaking fires that we've had this year, on top of that, now we're looking at tons of moisture right now on the coast of California, up and down the state, up and down the west coast. It's raining or snowing right now, and it's a big storm, guys. It's moving in off the Pacific Ocean, and it's affecting much of all, if not all, of the West here. Here's some more video footage that Mari has dug up. As you see here, landslides, mud is just everywhere, debris everywhere. They actually started talking about the cleanup about this as early as this morning. I saw some pictures of people out in the streets in the middle, or it was still dark outside. They were trying to, that's a good one right there. And they were trying to get the roads cleaned up so they could have their morning commutes without a hitch. But this is a common scene, and this is only one storm too. That's what we really got to watch right now on the West Coast with all the fires that we've had. Now it comes the big test. Can they sustain the rain that's getting ready to fall? And here's a great image right here. What is this, Mari? Is this from Burbank, or is this just...
This is Burbank. They've issued mandatory evacuations. This is on Country Club Drive. And this is from Fox LA. You know, with the fires, me living in California, the years I did, we had fires every year. And then every year when the rain season came, you had to deal with these mudslides. And with the extent of how the fires were, and with how the weather has been, this year has been, I've been talking about it for months, what a concern it is for me. And this clearly is what I was concerned about, because I don't think a lot of people are aware. You think one thing, it's the fires, but then when you get the rain coming in, you don't have the shrubbery, you don't have the root systems to absorb the water, and it just comes rushing down. And in this case, it's the worst I've ever seen.
Well, and I wanted to point out too the size of these raindrops. We were looking at live footage earlier, and you could not see at all because of the rain. And I wanted to point out real quick that SPACEWEATHER.com, they had a team of people that did some experimenting on cosmic rays, and they're measuring right now in California and the Northeast. And California had seen, I believe, somewhere between a 13 and 16% in cosmic rays. And the only reason why I mention this is we all know that cosmic rays in our atmosphere provide more particles for moisture to fall from the sky. And to me, these rains are coming down good and hard. And the one footage, you couldn't even, like, it looks like it's night out there. And it's, what, 1 o'clock in the afternoon out in California right now? Noon? Some of the footage we saw, it was really dark. So the rain is coming down nice and heavy. They're supposed to have this storm here. I think it's going to wrap itself up in a little bit, but there's more on the way besides this storm right here. And let's see if we get anything else. I wanted to show.
I just want to replay this dam footage that's going around right now. You know,
keep the stuff in the remote board under vent feeds, but it's
let's see. This is all, you know, stuff I'm. Usually with Twitter, you get the latest kind of what's going on, and you know, I'm going to have to follow up with another view with, you know, exactly what's going on. Yeah. We just wanted to get it out there. This is happening. This is, you know, not good. We don't know how many people are affected, how many homes are affected, but I looked at the map. Let me see if I can pull up the map, actually. I looked up the map, and it was just only blocks from where I used to be. You're dealing with, you know, a place like Burbank, very sort of mountainous. You have a lot of neighborhoods just sort of built up in the hills, and then you have them in the valleys, and it's pretty concentrated. So I'm very concerned about how many people this is affected. Let me see if I can pull up like a flood map. Let's have a look here. Do you have anything else you want to add while
once you pull this, I was going to show the GFS model, what they've got forecasted out there on the West Coast. So, but this is remarkable. We kind of knew this was going to happen today. They've been talking about it for a while now, but to see the pictures, I didn't expect it to come in this quick though. I didn't expect dams to be failing on the first storm because we have more rain coming.
Let me zoom this out a bit.
Okay.
Actually. So we can see.
But this is only the beginning of the rain. Like I said, the rain season started late in California. So I hope that Mother Nature doesn't decide to make up all that rain they missed out the last 3 months and put it in today. Because right now, like I said, San Francisco broke records yesterday with rain totals. A lot of areas got their rainfall for the month in one storm. And then you have this Washington storm today. So tack on some more rain for San Francisco because this looks heavier than the batch they got yesterday, if indeed it's moving that way.
And this map.
This is a current radar of what's going on.
I'm going to try to resize it so it fills up the screen here. That's the tricky part about doing this live. I got to do it on the fly. Let me, I'll put it here and then sort of readjust it. This is the bad part here. It's even covering Glendale.
That's some pretty heavy rain.
Yeah.
On top of the fact that they've been getting rain all day, right now they've got a huge amount of heavy precipitation set up, and Burbank is the bullseye. Glendale's, like you said, is right there on the edge, but wow.
And this is just one part of California. I mean, we haven't even, I haven't even looked to see what's going on in the northern parts where the fires really were going crazy this year.
Well, this was right along the area, though, too, that I think wasn't the most of the acreage that burnt was in this particular...
I gotta look at the maps. I don't remember the fire being that close to Burbank. Usually up in, like, La Cañada, you know, I think I remember hearing... I haven't looked at a map recently of where the fires are, but what I can do is I can put a separate video together just sort of explaining the maps and where in California is affected at this time. But you know, this is shocking news. And you know what, I haven't checked the chat. You know, we are live right now. I don't even know what's in there. We will go on live later on today to follow up with any questions in the chat. So I do apologize. You know, we aren't in the chat right now, even though the chat is live. We will follow up with everyone later on today. I'm not sure exactly what time you wanted to do, but
I'm not sure.
You want to do tropical
would you
tidbits?
please pull up that
Which
this here.
Whoops, let me I gotta do a little bit of toggling here. There we go.
All right,
let's transition this guy over here. Okay,
now go ahead and pull that for me so I can hit the play button. Go ahead. All right, this is just the forecast. Again, this is not in stone. You see the first storm rolls off, and then another one comes in. So it does look like California, after this storm right here, thankfully, we don't see a major storm in that area in the next 9, 10 days. Finally, probably about day 11, you guys are going to get some more moisture around the 20th. But so thankfully, hopefully, after this particular storm today, it looks like there's going to be plenty of time for cleanup and assessment of damages and what to repair and what not to repair. But I want to point out too, real quick before we leave, notice this monster storm that we're getting right now in California. That is going to be slingshotted at the northeastern part of the country, actually throughout the entire country, starting today. As these storms leave the area, you'll see it march across the west. It gets its act together in Colorado, major snowstorm in the Midwest, and by the time it gets to Ohio, I mean, we could be looking at a wallop of a winter storm after. So this is the storm in California that's going to be responsible for this weekend's wintry mess across the country, because it's going to go straight from west to east. So very interesting to start watching this storm as it's creating mudslides, floods, dam breaches, and again, I can't stress enough how thankfully this storm is going to pull out and California is going to get a little bit of a break on precipitation for a little bit. But this is just the GFS model, so there's other models out there that could show different, but the GFS has always been pretty reliable for a lot of people, and I like to just stick with something that I know and am familiar with and trust. So I wanted to give you guys the best outlook as possible. And really, I've said this before in the past, I don't like going on forecasts that are going past more than 5 days anyway, so who knows what's going to happen in the next 10. But it does look like once this storm pulls out, California, you're going to get a break, a chance to clean up and assess all the damages and hopefully recover as fast as possible.
That's all I got, G.
All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. This has just been an update. We'll keep you updated if there's any more information breaking.